Hello, Internet world.
Internet world. Okay. Today I guess I should say welcome to our YouTube channel. And today we are going to share our dating story, or I guess our love story. But really quick, before you go do that, what do they need to go do?
Like and subscribe and comment all your questions, thoughts. We'd like to hear about your guys' stories and everything that you guys got.
Yes, and really quick, before I forget to mention this at the end, we are going to start doing shout outs at the end of our videos, and we're going to shout out people that interact with our YouTube and with our Instagram channels, or Instagram accounts. So go
Instagram pages.
Yeah, whatever. So go do that, and then maybe you'll get a chance to be in the end of our videos. So anyway, do you want to go first and tell them like your perspective of our dating story?
I will.
Okay.
So it started right after our junior year of high school, about a couple weeks.
It was the last day of our junior year.
Last day of our junior year.
Yep, we were 17, just barely.
I just turned 17 about a week prior, and she turned 17 about a month.
Yeah.
Month before that, anyway. So we just kind of met through mutual friends, and as a lot of you guys probably know, we love the horse world and the rodeo world, and so we met through mutual friends, doing some team roping and having a barbecue and just kind of having a summer night, kind of a regular thing we do around here and whatnot, and stuff we like to do together. And Gracie showed up with a couple of other friends, and I kind of noticed her and thought she was pretty cute. But I noticed that she'd shown up with other friends and people, so I didn't really say much or anything. I'm kind of shy, so I didn't really say anything. And then she kind of picked up the hint that I had been training horses, and that's what I was doing for my job at the time. And so about a couple days after that, we had a little interaction that night. We talked a little bit, but nothing crazy, not alone or really anything personal. But I'm
definitely going into more detail when I tell my perspective.
Oh, good. And then the next day, I get a follow on my Instagram account, and it's from her. And I looked over at my buddy. I'm like, hey, it's that girl from the other night. Yeah, she was pretty cute and whatnot. And then a couple days later, I get a message from her.
It was like 2 days later.
Which she reached out to me first to get the record straight. And she asked me if I'd wouldn't mind riding a couple horses she had and get them all tuned up. But come to find out, those horses never got rode. But
they are now.
They are now.
As of like a few months ago.
But
3 years later.
As you could tell, it had not much to do with the horses at the time.
Someone's coming down the road, so just so you know. But that's okay. We'll just keep going, even if it's awkward.
It looks weird.
It doesn't matter. Okay, keep going. We can't just stop.
Well, we did.
Anyway.
Avoid eye contact.
Okay, that's awkward. Anyway, go ahead.
But, yeah, and since then we hung out, we went on some dates, and since then we've kind of been by each other's side ever since we first went out. I mean,
yeah, it's true.
That's been that. I mean, we haven't been able to separate since, and here we are still.
Yep. Okay, are you done, or do you have more?
I'm done.
You're done? Okay, so now mine's gonna be a little bit more drawn out, but that's all right. So, I'm gonna go into all the detail. Okay. Okay. So, like you said, it was the last day of our junior year, and I had just moved, so I didn't really have a ton of friends, and I wanted to go do something because it was the last day of school, and I was sort of on a date. Hopefully this person doesn't watch this video, because that's awkward. But anyway, kind of, sort of, hanging out, whatever. And I didn't really hope they're not going to watch this. I didn't necessarily want to do it. Is that bad? No,
yeah,
it's fine.
That's rude.
It's okay.
It's rude.
No, I wanted to hang out, but I didn't want it to be a date. But anyway, so I was like, I don't want to go, and I asked my dad, and the only people I knew that were going were boys, and my dad's like, I don't know know if you should go. And anyway, and then he's like, you know what, it's fine, go ahead. And I was like, okay, sounds good. So then I ended up going. And of course, like, I had just woken up from a nap, and I just wore, like, a dumb outfit. I didn't, like, get all dressed up to meet my future husband or anything, but that's okay. And then we got there, and that other person I was talking about was there, and we were about to eat, and then I noticed him, and I'll just be honest, that was the last time I noticed the other person as soon as I saw him. And then we started eating, and I was like, and I kept, like, catching him, like, kind of looking at me, and we kind of kept making eye contact, and it was kind of awkward. And as you could tell, he looks older than he is, so I was like, he's probably, like, 20, he's probably, like, 3 years older than me, my parents wouldn't be cool with that. He probably wouldn't be cool with that, so whatever. So I just went about my night, like, staring at him, like, being a total creeper. And then, let me think. And then, you sort of started teasing me a little bit, and we started talking again, and then I heard him say, he's like, what did you say? He's like, oh, I can't wait to graduate next year. And I'm like, college or high school? And then he was like, yeah, high school sucks, and whatever. I'm like, oh my gosh, this kid is like, he's like my age, like, maybe a year older than me, I don't know. I guess not, because we were juniors, we were going to be graduating, so, anyway. So then I got really excited, and I was like, okay, I have to figure out a way to, like, talk to him and maybe get his number or, like, his Instagram or something. And then, he kept teasing me about the person I was with and whatever, and then it didn't really work out because he kind of made it awkward, but that's okay.
Whoops.
And I didn't let it stop me. And then, that night I got home, and I was like, I have to figure out who he is. I knew his name was Gavin, that's all I knew. And, I was trying so hard. I was, like, stalking people that might know him, that might be following him, and I still couldn't find it. And then I asked one of my friends, like, what his name was, because I thought I had it right, and she told me that he spelt it different, as everyone already knows. He spells it a little different than most people, so then I looked it up, and I found him, so then I stalked his Instagram for, like, an hour, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna text him. And I remember we were sitting around, like, my family's dinner table, and I was having them help me write a text message to him because I was so nervous, and I didn't want it to come across as, like, you know, what's the word? Pushy, or anything like that. So I'm like, I gotta make this, like, I don't know, not even, like, we're gonna really, like, I'm reaching out for that reason. So I asked him about the horse and whatever. And then later he's like, hey, it was like a few days after talking on Instagram, he's like, hey, can I get your number? I was like, it works. And then, after that, we just started texting, and I was going out of town, so we had to wait like 2 weeks before we could really go on a date. So we talked for like 2 weeks, and then when I got home, we went on a date, and I'm going to even go a little bit past just when we met and everything. But then we went on a date, and we decided to go fishing for our first date, and I was like feeling super confident. I'm like, this is going to be so fun, this is going to be good. And then he walked around the corner of the house that I was at when he was picking me up, and I was like, yep, I'm not as confident as I thought I was. So then we didn't talk. We literally didn't talk, for like 30 minutes. We said like hi, and that's it. You talked. He was being like crazy because we were on a double date, so he was being crazy with his friend, but I just sat in the car like I didn't know what to say, right?
I was losing my cool also when I walked around the corner and saw her. She thinks it was just her, but I lost my cool. Tried to play it cool, but
well,
I don't know how convincing
job.
I was.
You did a better job than I did. But anyway, and then after like 30 minutes, we were driving to get worms, right? To go fishing, and he's gonna get.
This is a controversial topic.
No, it's not. This happened.
Household.
This happened. So
accidentally.
Then we were like going down this hill, and it's like really steep, and there's railroad tracks at the bottom. So if you go super fast, you kind of like bounce and like jump. Not
pretty
jump,
much fly.
Like, yeah,
pretty much.
You really do. It's pretty crazy. So we're going down it, and I'm sitting in the middle of the truck, and this is illegal, but there was 4 of us in the front. And obviously we were sitting next to each other and he was against the door. And as soon as we went over it, he like reaches over and like grabs my hand. I'm like, whoa, we've been on a date for 30 minutes.
It was an accident.
It wasn't.
I became airborne for a moment in time.
He didn't
I
let
was
go.
just trying to survive at that point.
He didn't let go, so. But anyway. And then after our like first few hours of fishing, and I was the only one that caught a fish. Just saying. And then
Oh, brother.
And then after that, we went, and my grandma was in town, and my aunt and everything, and I love him to death, but I'm like, oh my gosh. And I wasn't ready for him to meet my brothers and everything yet. That was weird. I was like, I wasn't ready. It was like only the first date, only a few hours into it, and my family's, they're fun, but they're also crazy, so I was like, I don't know. And he's like, no, let's go see him. Let's just go over right now, because we were just fishing down the road, and I was like, okay, whatever. So we go up there, and I kid you not, we walk into the door, and as soon as we walk into the door, everyone started giving him, like, crap about the football team he likes, whatever, and then my brother got his tooth punched out by my cousin. I'm like, oh, meet the family, like, super.
Like 30 seconds and I walked in, there's a family boxing match, and her brother gets his front tooth punched out and is bleeding everywhere.
Yeah, so that happened. So, then after that, we left, whatever, and then in the driveway, my parents were, like, literally on the porch, keep in mind. I, like, look over, and we're just kind of talking, he just, like, starts leaning in, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the first date! Like, I don't want to be, like, a first date kisser,
She did. She wanted to.
But
I wanted to.
Yeah.
We wanted to.
So, we did. He kissed me, and then after that, we hung out, and then we went home, right?
Right.
And then on our 3rd date, he asked me if I would marry him. No, I'm just kidding.
That didn't happen. Thought about it, though.
I'm just kidding. No, but he did take it pretty fast. Because, like, no joke, 4th date is when you told me you love me. But this was also, like, a month after. It was, like, a month into us dating, and only, like, our 4th date. And, we went to a rodeo, and then we got out. I was in my truck, and I drove kind of like it was kind of a lifted truck. And, okay, not kind of.
Pretty much a monster truck.
Yeah, it was pretty big. And, he put me up into it, and we were talking or whatever. And then right before he left, he's like, I love you. I was like, it's the 4th date. Bye. And I closed the
Didn't say a
the
word.
door.
Shut the door in my face.
And I put it in reverse.
Left me there brokenhearted.
Yeah, and I just drove off, and I remember, like, looking down at him as I was driving away, and can you pull the face that you made? Yeah, pretty much. So then, after that, I felt super bad, so I called him. I think I called you and told you I love you, too.
Yeah.
I think I did.
Yep.
So, it wasn't, like, super mean, only for, like, 5 minutes. I was so nervous.
Heartbreaking 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Makes you question a lot of things in life.
But after that, it was just history, right? We went on lots of dates. Now we're married.
We have a kid? No, I'm just kidding.
I wish.
Not yet.
I wish.
Not yet.
But yep. Anyway, anything else you want to add into this? I'll add pictures of us when we first started dating. It was only 3 years ago, but I feel like we look different a little bit.
Only suggestion: don't wait to get married. If you know it's right, get after it.
Yep.
You won't ever regret it.
Yep, it's true. We're happy, huh?
We're happy.
Yep. Anyway, so anything else you want to say? That was your last statement?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yep.
And it's time to get some food.
Yes, we're going to go get some food. Seriously, like and subscribe. And like I said at the beginning of the video, we're going to start doing shout outs at the end of our video to people that comment and like engage with our Instagram, right?
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, we're new at this. But we're working on it, right?
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Always.
Okay, go like and subscribe. And yeah. Okay, bye.
Food time.